Good morning, Your Highness.
Good morning, Lady Isadora.
The strength of silence magic in the garden has been lowered today.
But not removed.
No. A royal garden is never left entirely unprotected.
That is good. A lesson with no restriction at all would hardly feel like an Imperial lesson.
Your Highnessness does not seem to dislike restrictions.
I do not dislike useful restrictions.
What makes a restriction useful?
It tells people where they stand. Did that surprise you?
A little.
I thought you had already heard it.
I know the silence magic here cannot suppress all of your ability. You are the chief mind mage, not an ordinary magus. Your Highness knows more than many assume.
Since I chose you, I will not pretend you cannot hear.
This place suppresses deep probing. What I can catch is shallow. Emotional shifts, unshaped thoughts, and sometimes a word that rises when someone is close enough.
That is enough. If what I say strays too far from what I think, please remind me.
Most people do not like being reminded in that way.
Neither do I. But I dislike it more when people fear me enough to treat every word I say as correct.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Freya Wendell, Imperial Magus, Elemental School. From today onward, I will teach part of your general magic curriculum, as well as basic elemental stabilization for students of the Elemental School. First, congratulations. Whether you are noble-presented students, writ-attested selectees, or magistrates-sponsored novices, you have entered the only place in the Empire authorized by the throne to teach magic lawfully. This is a grace, and also a responsibility. I know, responsibility does not sound as lovely as grace. So before we speak of responsibility, let us look at something lovely. Mr. Ashburn, tell us, what is this?
Flame. Basic elemental manifestation.
A very good answer. If this were an introduction to elemental theory, I would give you a high mark. Unfortunately, this is general magic, so that answer is only half correct. This is not an ordinary flame. This is a permitted flame. The same flame, if it appears in this lecture hall in a mentor's hand, is instruction. If it appears in the cellar of a common house in the hand of an unregistered child without mentor, writ, or permission, it is no longer merely a flame. It is a case. Magic is not a folk craft, not a family recipe, and not a toy a child discovers by accident. Once magic leaves Imperial permission, it becomes danger.
Go ahead.
Magus Wendell, if we are already seated here, does that mean the things in our registrations have already been examined and accepted by the Empire?
Your name?
Jonas Reed.
Good, Mr. Reed. That is a question every Ritterferv selectee should hear clearly. I will not read anyone's file aloud in this lecture hall, and I cannot possibly remember what happened when each of you was first registered. But I do know one thing. If you are seated here, certain conclusions have already been written into the records. You are not judged to be illegal apprentices, nor readers of forbidden texts, nor contaminated subjects. Otherwise, what you heard today would not be my lesson.
Then, are we safe?
For matters already examined and closed, yes. The Academy will not retry your first accidental flame, tremor, or whatever else it may have been in your very first lesson. But closure is not forgetting. Admission is not exemption. What the Empire has confirmed is not that you may now use magic freely. What it has confirmed is that you may be taught, may be bound, and may become useful within the rules.
Then why still call us risks?
Your name?
Mira Dallin.
Miss Dallin, because talent is a risk before it is trained, and it remains a risk after it is trained. The difference is only this. An unregistered risk wanders among the people. A risk accepted by the Academy sits in a lecture hall and is written in the rolls.
So we were not brought here because we are considered harmless?
No, you were brought here because within the rules you are safer than outside them. Safer for yourselves, safer for your families, and safer for the Empire. Everyone, talent is not permission. Being discovered is not permission. Being admitted is not permission either. Permission exists only within the rules. You are seated here today not because magic naturally belongs to you. Some of you are noble-presented students. From birth, there were people preparing documents, seals, and qualified tutors for you. Some of you are writ-attested selectives. The Empire saw talent in you, and risk as well, and brought you here from the common world.
So written test selectees are recorded as risks before they are allowed to become students?
Mr. Ashbourne, noble-presented students are recorded as well. The difference is that your risks are usually written down earlier, and more elegantly. And some of you are magistrate-sponsored novices. Behind you stands the signature of a local official, and a district willing to bear responsibility for you. Your origins differ, your treatment differs, and how far you may go will differ as well. The Academy will not pretend these differences do not exist. But in this first lesson, at least one thing is the same for all of you. You must all understand that to study magic is a grace, and also a responsibility. Grace means the Empire allows you to approach knowledge that common people may never touch in their lifetime. Responsibility means that from today onward, one wrong sentence, one copied spell, one privately lit array is no longer merely a child's mistake. Some of you may think this severe, but if magic were only gentle, the Empire would not have needed to build this academy. The Empire does not merely forbid magic. The Empire gives magic names, ranks, mentors, rets, and boundaries. Not so that flame may vanish, but so that flame knows where it must shine. Remember it. From today onward, they will be written into every spell you cast, every request you submit, every hesitation you feel, and every moment you wish to step beyond the rules. You have come here not to prove yourselves freer than ordinary people. You have come here to learn that when you possess power, ordinary people do not. You must still bow to the rules first. That is the first thing the Magic Academy teaches you. Flame can be beautiful. But beauty has never been the reason it is allowed to exist. Then where would Your Highness like to begin today's first lesson?
What are the new students at the Academy learning today?
General magic and magical law.
In other words, they first learn that magic does not belong to them.
One could put it that way.
It is necessary.
Your Highness does not find that too cold for a first lesson?
If the first lesson teaches only flame, they will think magic is a gift. But it is not a gift. It is permission.
Many people may think the Empire bans common magic because it fears people having power. Does it not? Of course, that is part of it. But if the Empire merely feared power, it would not have built the Magic Academy. The true problem is that magic allows a person's judgment to cross the limits of ordinary people. A kind person may cause disaster through ignorance. A clever person may rewrite rules through ambition. A determined person may become so certain of being right that he no longer allows the world to answer back. That is why the Empire regulates not only spells or arrays. What it truly regulates is who is qualified to turn their will into part of reality. Your Highness believes qualification matters more than talent?
Talent only means a person can hear the voice behind the door. Qualification decides whether he should open it.
That does not sound like something a 14-year-old would say.
Then do not treat me as a 14-year-old. I know I am young, and I know many people are willing to forgive my mistakes because of that. But if I am always forgiven, I will never learn which words wound people, and which decisions kill them.
What Your Highness asks for is not forgiveness, but measure.
I wish you not to comfort me too quickly.
That I can do.
What did you hear just now?
One word.
What was it?
Crown.
It seems silence magic is not an absolute wall.
Or Your Highness did not truly hide it.
I have no need to hide it. People here will know sooner or later that I do not merely wish to learn a few spells.
Then what does Your Highness want?
I want to know why people obey. They say it is because of loyalty, law, the Queen, the Empire. But those words are too large. Large enough for everyone to hide inside them. I want to know the smaller reasons. Why a soldier remains on the wall while afraid. Why a mother teaches her child to bow to the royal banner even when the taxes are heavy. Why a mage, though holding fire, still submits an application first. Your Highness wishes to understand them. Understanding is only the first step. And then, make it so the Empire does not have to rely on blades and magic every time it maintains order. Fear is useful, but it is expensive. It requires prisons, soldiers, informants, execution grounds. An empire sustained only by fear pays every day to prove it still exists. Your Highness wants a cheaper way? A more stable way. Such as mind magic? Not only mind magic. Schools, tax ledgers, roads, prayers, festivals, the stories mothers tell their children, these last longer than a temporary mind spell. If I only wish to be praised, there are many people at court who can do that. If I only wish to learn spells, many mages at the academy could teach me. But most of them can only hear what I say. You are different. You can hear why I say it. If one day I call ambition duty, control protection, and arrogance clarity, others may simply praise me for thinking far ahead. But you, at least, will hear whether there is dissonance behind those words. And if I know but dare not say it, then I chose the wrong teacher. Your Highness has made my first lesson difficult as well. If the teacher is too comfortable, the student becomes lazy. Then I will speak directly as well. Please. What Your Highness said just now is indeed clever, and indeed dangerous. Because I want to make the Empire more stable. Because you are already thinking about how to make people accept being ruled more naturally. Being ruled is not necessarily evil. What is truly frightening is that when order withdraws, what remains is not freedom, but a nearer and harsher kind of domination. Landowners rule tenants, gangs rule streets, hunger rules the stomach, fear rules the tongue, and rumors rule judgment. So Your Highness believes the throne is at least better than those? I believe the throne must be better than those. Otherwise, it has no right to ask anyone to kneel. That sentence Your Highness did not intend for me to hear. You heard it? Not the full sentence. Only a strong thought. What was it? Right. That is not a secret. For many who sit near thrones, it is. Your Highness, the first lesson of mind magic is not entering another person's heart. Then what is it? Admitting that another person's heart is not your territory. You may understand it, soothe it, influence it. One day, perhaps you will be permitted to change it under certain circumstances. But if from the beginning you treat it as an empty space on the Imperial map, you will learn very quickly and become frightening just as quickly. That displeased Your Highness. Did you hear that? I saw it. It seems the Chief Mind Magus does not rely only on magic. Those who rely only on magic are rarely good mind mages. I will remember that.
Now then, to help all of you remember this more firmly, today's assignment is to copy Chapter 1, Section 1 of Imperial Magical Law. The title is, Why Magic Belongs to the Empire. Do not be too nervous. Only 10 times. If your handwriting is poor, 30. May you approach the flame safely, under Imperial permission.
No spell?
No.
The Academy students copy magical law today, and I learn boundaries.
Does Your Highness dislike that?
I only noticed that your first lesson for me is also telling me what I must not do.
Yes.
Then I am not entirely different from the Academy's new students.
No. Your Highness is still different.
How?
They learn boundaries because someone will punish them if they cross them. Your Highness learns boundaries because one day, no one may dare punish you.